Hey guys, Leslie here, and today I want to talk to you about a question I get a lot in the comments of my videos, which is, what is the number one supplement that you recommend to reverse gray hair? So the answer is, drumroll please, it depends. I'm sorry about that. That must be so frustrating for you. But unfortunately, we are each very, very unique. And the reasons why we have gray hair or thinning hair will vary depending on things like our gender, our age, and the amount of vitamins and nutrients that we have and the depletion that we have in our bodies. It may also have to do with environmental factors, how our genes are expressed, or the epigenome, as it's called. So what I suggest to everyone is, if you can, and I know this is difficult during lockdown, but if you can, do some lab work. There are still companies in different countries that are sending some of these lab kits through the mailbox. Here in the UK, one of those is Thriva. You would be able to see, for instance, if you had low iron, what your B vitamin status was like based on some of those test kits that they put through the door. And that would give you some indication as to whether or not you were actually depleted in certain vitamins and minerals. And the reason that matters is because if you actually have an iron deficiency, it could mean that you're anemic. And that's a really serious medical condition. So you don't want to take Foti, a traditional Chinese medicine herb, for gray hair, when actually the reason why you've got gray hair is because you're low on iron. Or equally, it could be because you've got low vitamin B12 status. That is another really serious one, and it's something that a lot of vegans and vegetarians tend to have. So if you've got gray hair because you're not getting enough vitamin B12, which, by the way, you can get from food sources. Liver is a really good source, but also seaweed. Japanese nori is another good source. If you are low in vitamin B12, it's going to manifest not just in gray hair, but in really low mood and poor energy. So you don't want to take glutathione for gray hair when actually your gray hair is due to a much more serious issue, which is low B12 status, which can manifest in some really low mood and low energy states. For guys, I would say it's generally not due to low iron. Why? Because guys don't have a monthly bleed like we women do, right? So you're not losing that iron on a regular basis. Men who have gray hair, I would tend to say, if they're younger, let's check on your stress levels. Do anything you can to lower the activation of your parasympathetic nervous system. That's your fight, flight, or freeze system. I mean, generally, I say this to everybody, but guys don't usually have gray hair due to low iron, though it can happen. It's more likely going to be they have a ton of stress, their fight, flight, freeze system is activated, they produce a lot of adrenaline to deal with a stressful situation, and then when the stressful situation is over, their body has got to get rid of that adrenaline. It turns adrenaline into hydrogen peroxide, which then does that bleaching from the inside out thing. And the only thing that neutralizes that hydrogen peroxide is going to be catalase or glutathione. So you can get glutathione, thanks to Eric Ostavani, one of the great viewers of this channel. Thank you so much for pointing this out to me. You can use something like saw palmetto, which will upregulate both glutathione and catalase. You can also eat brassicas. I always recommend cooking brassicas. Brassica vegetables are things like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and all of those things will help upregulate glutathione. You cook them because if you don't cook them, they contain a lot of goitrogens. And goitrogens they downregulate the thyroid, so that's also not a good thing. So that would be one way that you would be able to then increase your glutathione levels. So bottom line, get your lab work done if you can, so you can see where you are low in vitamins and minerals, and always look for ways that you can use food to improve the vitamin and mineral status, and then top up with supplements. So I hope that helps. Thank you again for watching. And if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below. Those of you who watch these videos, you know I answer every single question that comes through. And equally, if you don't want to have to trawl through all of the comments, then I'm putting together a newsletter which takes some of these questions and comments and puts them into a kind of greatest hits list. So you can subscribe to that newsletter also in the link below. Thanks again so much for watching, and see you next time.